up, YouTube people? I'm Diamond and welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video and I'm a little excited. I can't wait to get it started. Okay, so today's video is gonna be me ranking all the books I read in 2022. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the screen recording so that you guys can see my rankings. And I read a lot of books last year. I read 162 books. Like, even saying it, I still can't believe I read that many books. Okay, and all the books aren't on the list because I combined the series. So, like, if I read 3 or more books out of the series, I combined it into one. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, first up is the Mindfuck series. I love this series so much. It's going into the first category. I think the categories are pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay, but this series, bro, she got her revenge on everyone who did her wrong, and she's a queen for that, honestly. And then she was dating the FBI agent who was looking for her. She was so funny for that, because what? You trying to get caught, girl. Okay, next series is After. After, I'm gonna put that as good because that was a reread. I read that book to get me out of a book slump, and it worked. Long Shot. I love Long Shot. This was a sports romance. My first basketball romance, actually, by Kennedy Ryan. I need to read the rest of that series because it was really good. Rafe. I'm torn. Should it be mid or good? It's about a male nanny. I'll put that as good. Okay, and then Zinni. This was the second book to that. That's mid. That's Heart So Reckless. Put that as mid. Garden Temptation. I was not a fan of this. It was a novella too. I thought I would like it, but I didn't. Feeling Some Type of Way. That was mid. Fast. I love this book. I'm gonna put that as top book of the year. The only reason why it's not at the top is because it is heavy on the trigger warning, heavy themes throughout this book. But it was still a really good book. Well written, just so raw and emotional. A Goon for Christmas, bro. Why did I read this book? What if I'm gonna put wish I never read this because I don't know. A Girl Like Her. This was mid. I expected more because a lot of people hyped it up. King and Queen. Okay, this book, King and Queen of the Hood, it's a series. It's 3 books in a series and it's so funny. I'm gonna put this as good. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Ooh, this was really good. I'm gonna give both of these. And then Terms and Conditions is the second book. I'm gonna put that as good as well, even though I like this better than The Fine Print. But they're not my top books of the years. But they're both really good books. Mafia Mistress. The first book was good, and the second book in the series was mid. It was a mafia romance. She was like supposed to marry his son, but she ended up messing with him instead. It was funny. Hunting Adeline. This was a good book. I like the first book better. Trigger warnings in this book because she went through a lot. But yeah, I like the first one better when he was like stalking her and made her fall in love with him. That was funny. I don't even know how to pronounce this name. I don't really remember it. All I remember is that it's Italian mafia. I know that much. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. It was, I'm put this as good. Like, reading it, it was a little mid, but the cute parts throughout the story made it a good book. Like, when he bought her that painting, that was cute. Mafia King, I wasn't a fan. Like, it was okay, I just wasn't a fan of it. It kind of felt like a Wattpad book. Wattpad Mafia book. That's probably where it came from. Tramp. Ooh, I like this book. I'm gonna put this as mid. It was good, but it wasn't that good. So mid is like 3 stars, I think. Yeah. Mid, 3 stars, good. It's like 3.5 up, 3, 4, yeah. King. Oh, this was good. This was about motorcycle clubs. I only read 2 books. It's more books in the series. I need to finish reading it. I'm gonna put both as good, but I like the first one better. One Timer. I don't remember this. Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. Must be sports related, I think, because he's not wearing a shirt. Okay, Bad Boys Break Hearts. Bad Boys Break Hearts. This was mid. Most Valuable Playboy. I don't remember reading this. Again, he has his shirt off, so, and he has a football. It's sports related, clearly. Boys of Racial High. This was a series. I only read 3 books out of the series. I think it's 1 or 2 more I have to read. I'm gonna put it as good. No. Yeah, it was good. I liked the first book. The second and third, I was like, 3 stars. But they were kind of doing a lot to be in high school. Lick. I love Lick. This was my first rock star romance. She like married him in Vegas. That was a good book. Those 3 Little Words. Don't remember it. Boss Man. This was good. This was my first book by this author, V. Keelan. Burn. I love Burn. This book was actually funny. Like, it was about demons. They were like they were in a demon realm. Something like that, yeah. Baby for the Bosso. I'm gonna put Wish I Never Read This. Like, it was an okay book, but it wasn't a book for me. Should I put it as not a fan? No, I'll keep it there. Inappropriate. That was a good book. She had like got fired for some Instagram post, and then she sent a message to the boss, and it was funny. Stuck Up Sue. I'm putting mid. The Penalty Box. I don't really remember this. All I know is that it's about hockey. Verity. I love Verity. This was top book of the year. Like, that ending, I still don't know what to believe. Colleen Hoover. This, I think this might be, can't talk. This might be my favorite book by Colleen so far. I still have more books to read by her. Medicine Man. Ooh, this was mid. Like, it was okay, but he was like dating his psych patient. Like, she is in a psychiatric hospital. Still Beaten. This was a dark romance. Like, look up trigger warnings before you read that. I went into that blind. It was well written, and it was good. It was just a lot. Brutal Prince. Reading it, I was like, this book is okay. But that one strawberry scene, that's the only reason why it's in a good category, because of that strawberry scene. The Words. I love this book. Top book of the year. It's a rock star romance, and he got famous because of her song that he stole. Like, he stole her lyrics. And it was also a second chance romance. That was cute. Darlin' Venom. Put that at the top of the list. I would do anything to read this book again, because the emotions I felt reading that book, crazy. This book brought something out of me. Say You Swear was so cute. Even though the main character annoyed me a little bit, it was still a good read. The main love interest, he was so sweet. Like, I want him in real life. Yvonne, I don't remember you. I know you must be probably like a Russian mafia book. Menace. I'm gonna put this as top book of the year. This was a good book. He was crazy. Like, off the chains. He needed to be in jail, but it was a good book. And this is the second book of the series, Grievous. Grievous, yeah. I'm gonna put that as good. I didn't like it as much as I liked the first. The Unhoneymooners. What is this about? Oh, this was when they got sick on the wedding, I think. Yeah, at the wedding. I'll put this as mid. I thought it was a little hyped up, and I was disappointed when I read it. But I still love you, Christina Lauren, because you wrote my favorite book. Beach Read. Beach Read. I love Beach Read. Like, this top row is probably my all-time favorite books. That's what I'm considered as top row. Like, 11 Other Words, Christina Lauren. This is my favorite book. Top 3 favorite books. I'm putting it there. Yep. 11 Other Words, Missy and Elliot. You guys are soulmates, and you deserve all the best. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. Oh, another Christina Lauren book. I don't know. This was mid. I'm gonna put this as mid. No, it was good. It was good, even though, I think her name was Hazel. She kind of annoyed me a little bit, but it was good. The Happy Ever After playlist. I love this book. It was so cute. Like, that one scene. He was a musician, and she was like wearing a disguise at his concert, and he picked her out of the crowd even though she was in disguise. So cute. Bro, Ice Planet Barbarians. I cannot believe I read this book. I'm gonna put this. It was kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, why was I reading alien love stories? And there's 26 books in that series, and I read 13 books out of that series, so I still got a lot more to read. But oh my gosh, like, overall the series is good so far. Some books better than others, obviously. Some of the stories are cute, some of the stories I'm cringing, but it's good, it's good. The Reluctant Bride. I don't really remember this. Rhythm Chord. Ooh, this is a Mariana Zapata book. I love her books. This was good. This was another Rockstar romance. I read a lot of Rockstar romances this year. Well, not this year, last year. It's a new year, 2023. More Than Words. I love this book too. This was a musician. He wasn't a rock star though. He was like a composer, I believe. That book was cute because the one scene, she was like, I'm here to rescue you. She like believed in fairy tales and princesses, all that. That was cute. The Danger You Know. Don't remember this book. Pretty sure it was a stalker romance though. I'm like, that's like in my brain that it's a stalker romance. I don't know. Every Summer After. Oh my gosh, this was a good book. Good read. It gave me Love and Other Words vibes, kind of. Yeah. And the only reason why it's not at the top of the list, at the top of the list is because of the plot twist. I hated the plot twist. It would have been so much better. And I know every book needs a plot twist, but come on. That plot twist was crazy. Anything else. She could have done anything else. And I would have defended her. But I can't defend you for that. Book lovers. This was mid. Like, it was okay. It just okay. I thought it was gonna be better because a lot of people talked about it. Egomaniac. Mid. Mid. Beautiful Disaster. I don't remember you, and I wish I did, because the name sounds like it should be a good book. Like, the book should be good because of the name. Wallbanger. I was not a fan of this. I actually wish I never read it, because I thought it was going to be good because of the name and the picture. Like, I thought it was going to be real good, but it wasn't for me. The Summer of Broken Rules. It was mid. Like, overall, it was a good book, but there was just some parts I didn't like, didn't really connect with. A Cursed Heart. I'm gonna put this as not a fan, and that's because I read it out of order. I should have read the first book first, but I don't know why I did that. I need to go back and read the first book, actually. Felony Ever After. I don't remember this. Meet Me Halfway. Ooh, this was so cute. I'm gonna put top book of the year. That was a good book. She was like, what was she? She was a single mother and they were neighbors. And it was cute. Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. This was mid. Mid. I thought it was going to be a little better based on her other books, but it was just okay. The Hating Game. I really like The Hating Game. I'm torn. Good or top book of the year? Because it was really funny. I'm going to put top. It had its funny moments. And I did see the movie. I didn't really like the movie as much as I loved the book. Well, I didn't love the book. I liked the book a lot. Yeah. This is the Bard to You series. I'm going to put this as good. It's 5 books in that series. And the first book was really good. And then I just thought like the rest of the books, like towards the end, so probably like starting at book 3, I think it dragged on a little bit. But overall, the series was really good. Release Me. Not a fan. Probably because I just read Born to You series, and this book was recommended after that, and I was just disappointed. The Love Hypothesis. This was, I'll put that as good. Yeah, good. Like, it was a cute science, romance, scientific, all that jazz. Archer's Voice. This, oh my gosh. You're going at the top of the list, Archer. Archer Hell, you deserve the world, all the love in the world, all the hugs in the world. You've been through a lot and you deserve everything. Reaper's Property. I don't remember this book. I wish I remembered more of the books I read. It Ain't Me, Babe. Ooh, okay. I remember this. Trigger warnings on that book. That girl went through a lot, but she survived. This was a good book. Heavy themes though, heavy themes. Intertwined. I love this book so much. This is my comfort read. I reread this book every year. It's like, this is the book that got me into reading a lot more. Like, before I would just read every once in a while. Now I'm reading a lot, clearly, since I read so many books last year. Blindside. This was good. Pretty sure that was the fake date intro. That was good. Dauntless. I love this series so much. Oh my gosh, this was top book of the year. That series, like, all I'm gonna say is don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding the love of your life. Because, woo, so toxic. Loved it. Perfect chemistry. Wish I never read this. Same with Collide. Those two books were recommended because I read the Dauntless series and it did not live up to it. Lotus. Lotus was good. Heavy theme. Not that heavy, but not as heavy as Still Beaten, but still heavy in Lotus. And then, oh, okay. The cute part about Lotus is when you find out, like, the meaning behind the name Lotus. When I got to that part, I was like, oh my gosh. That was so cute. Ooh. Icebreaker. This was a really good book, Icebreaker. This was my first figure skating romance. She was a figure skater, he was a hockey player. I'm gonna put this as good because she kind of did annoy me a little bit, but overall it was good. The Confidence of Wildflowers. It was good. It was good. And then The Resurrection of Wildflowers is the second part. I didn't really like this book because I didn't like what the girl did. Like, you should have never got back with your ex. Don't want to spoil it too much though. But I just wasn't a fan of that. Full Tilt. Ooh, Full Tilt. I'm gonna put this. I'm torn because I did cry during this book, so I should put it at the top because very few books make me emotional. Like, it could have been a little bit better, but it was still really good. And this is the second part. The second part, I'm gonna put mid. Like she ended up dating the guy's brother, and I was just like, alright. Doing too much a little bit. Fallen for Temptation. I wasn't a fan of this book. I read it because I thought it was gonna be like a super bad girl trope. Bad girl, good boy. Like, but it was just okay. She wasn't all that bad. Like, I was expecting a deviant girl or whatever. Heartless was so good. Yeah, that was a really good read. It just wasn't my favorite read, so it's going in a good category. He was like, she was the nanny. He was a single father. It Starts With Us. I'm gonna put this as mid. Like, I expected way more, but I'm so happy I got to see Atlas and Lily's story. They're cute together. Love them. Hated her ex-husband. He shouldn't have been in that book still, but alright. Consider Me. Consider Me was really good. This top book of the year. He was like famous athlete and she was a school teacher. And then Play With Me is the second part, the second book to that series, and it's about his sister. I'm gonna put that as good. River Wild. I don't remember you, River Wild. I'm sorry. Savage Vow. I don't remember you either. Oh, so many books I don't remember. Dark Torment. I don't remember this either. Oh my gosh. Ooh, A Lovely Obsession. It's given, the title was given stalker romance, but I don't remember it. Bad Intentions. Don't remember this. Oh my gosh, why is there so many books I don't remember? Shallow River. I know the name, but I can't, like, I don't remember what I thought about the book. That's so bad. Okay, I have a few more. Does It Hurt? Ooh, I remember this book. I love this book. She like stole from him. She was trying to steal his identity, but he like tracked her down, got her, said, "You're not gonna do that." And yeah, this was a good book. I'm gonna put this as top book of the year. Because she was like on a run, so she kept stealing people's identities. But he said, "Not me." First Flight, Final Fall. Not a fan. No, I lied. This was mid. I'm like remembering it now. She was a soccer player and she was like messing with someone famous. Score and Wilder. This was mid too. I'm putting these two as mid because of Colty. I read Colty and I loved it, so I wanted to find other soccer romances and see if I loved those, but they just didn't hit the same. And Colty, you are my number one. This was a reread too. Like, I first read this book in 2021. Mariana Zapata, Queen of Slow Burn. Colty, I love you. You're at the top of the list. Another Mariana Zapata book, From Luke Hope with Love. Top book of the year. Two Figure Skaters. Little Bit Enemies to Lovers. Wait For It was... what was Wait For It? Oh, Mariana Zapata. Dallas and Diana. I'm gonna put this as good. Like, I gave it 4 stars. I didn't really like Dallas at first, but he did grow on me. And no, I lied. You're going to be at the top because of the kid. The kid was cute and he kept calling her Buttercup. She was like raising her nephews. All Roads Lead Here. I'm gonna put that as good. That's another Mariana Zapata story. Both those books were. She's the queen of slow burn. I love all her books. Stolen Air. Stolen Hair. You're good. Could have been great, but you're good. He like kidnapped her, but he gave her back. And it was cute. He gave her back. And then he like ended up helping her family out of a crisis. Yeah, it was a mafia. A little bit mafia romance. This Is War. I wasn't a fan of this. And I wasn't a fan of This Is Love. It reminded me of Wattpad. That's what it gave. Wattpad vibes. Luna and the Lie. Another Mariana Zapata book. That was just good. Yeah. I still gave it like either 4 or 5 stars because it was well written, a really good read, but it wasn't my favorite Mariana Zapata book. Play With Me. I wish I never read this. Again, I was trying to find something like Colty, soccer romance, but that also gave me Wattpad vibes. Lost Boy. This was a good book. He was like, his family was motorcycle club people, and she was trying to be an actress, and it went from their childhood to adults, and they went through a lot. They kept breaking up, getting back together, but they were soulmates. Waken Olivia. This was a good book. This was my first track romance. She was a runner. And instead of sleep walking, she would sleep run. So that was interesting to read about. The Balance series. Ooh, this series was a little inappropriate, but I really love the series. It's like 5 books in it. And she's the gymnast, and he was her coach. Age gap, all that. A little inappropriate love affair. El Diablo. This was... I'm only putting this as good because of the plot twist. Like, I thought it was mid reading it, and then I got to the plot twist. I was like, oh my gosh. 'Tis the Season for Revenge. I'm gonna put this as mid. This was hyped up so bad. I thought it was gonna be so good, but it was just okay. In a Jam was so good. Inherited a Farm. next to this guy she went to high school with, and it was good. He was like a single dad, I think, raising his niece, and he was so sweet. He did like a lot of nice things for her. Under Lock, this was another reread because I love Miranda Zapata. I'm gonna put this as good because it was a reread, that's why it's good. Where Bad Girls Go to Fall. I do remember this. I wasn't a fan. It was good. No, I don't want to put it with these other books. I'm gonna put this as mid because it was good. I just wasn't connected to it. And same with Where Bad Boys Are Ruined. I read those to finish off the series I started. Nanny for the Neighbors. This book was a lot, actually. Was it good or was it mid? I don't know. I didn't love it because of what went on in the book, but it was still good. It was a lot. The romance aspect was a lot. In Ryan Rule, I wish I never read this because, oh my gosh. It's like 4 brothers and 1 girl, and not a fan of that type of book, really. Even less so if they're related. Like, come on. That's not my style of writing. Sincerely the Puck Bunny. It was okay. I'm gonna put mid. Like, he was a hockey player, and she had like an anonymous blog talking crap about hockey players, stuff like that. Yeah. Puck, I don't really remember this. I think he's the one who got his teammate sister pregnant, something like that. I don't know. Born in Blood series. This was the Mafia series that I really love. Yeah, it has Bound in Love. It's like 8 books in that series. Yeah, top book of the year. And then the last book is Midnight Kisses. This was mid. Like, it was okay, but it could have been... I thought it was going to be better because literally everyone overhyped it. But I was a little disappointed. And that's because I gotta stop listening to the overhyped books. Like... Okay, so I'm done. Look at this list. Okay. It's a lot more good books. I read a lot more good books than I did bad books, so that's good, and that's the goal again for this year. Yeah. And we're done.